Do you feel overwhelmed? Like this guy? Chances are you are, that's why you're here. So today I'm going to share with you 5 things that you must do when you feel overwhelmed. So by the way, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Lots of great videos coming up. Don't miss out. Number 1, you must do a brain dump. You must write a list. You must get everything that's in your head right now that keeps you overwhelmed. You got to put it on paper. You got to write it down. You got to make a bullet point list of everything you have to do. All the people that give you stress, that overwhelm you. Yeah, and I know this is the last thing that you want to do, right? You don't want to put it on paper. I've been there many times. All my clients have been there many times. When you're overwhelmed, you don't want to do it, but you got to do it. It's the first step to move beyond overwhelm. If you want to move on and want to get rid of this overwhelm and feel better about yourself again, make the list. Write all the tasks down that you have to do that overwhelm you. Put it on paper. Number 2, after you have your list and you've written everything down, you got to divide it into the 4 Ds. Now, what are the 4 Ds? I tell you a quick overview first, okay? Number 1, the first D is do. What are things I can do right now? What should I do? That's the first thing. Yeah. Number 2, what are tasks that I should delay? I can do them later. I don't have to do it right now. Number 3, delegate. What can I delegate to somebody else? What could somebody else help me with? What could somebody else do for me? Okay? You got to think like the leader of your work, the leader of your business, the leader of your job. Yeah? And the last D is delete. From this list, what are things I actually don't have to do at all? And it's a great idea to create a simple page like this, where you just divide the page into 4 different quadrants, and then you just write down, right? Do, delay, delegate, and delete, and you put them all in there, okay? So do that right after this video, okay? Don't wait. You got to decide, what can I do? What can I delay, can do later? What can I delegate to somebody else? Who can help me? Yeah, if you're overwhelmed, you cannot do everything. It's okay to ask for help. Totally okay. And what do you have to delete? Yeah, sometimes the things we think we have to do, we don't have to actually do them at all. But you will not gain clarity unless you have it in front of you on paper, on the list. The number 3, and this is one of my favorite parts, once you're done with this, once you get your list, and that's why I asked you to do it on paper, not on your phone, not on your computer, yeah, you rip it in half. You really get rid of the delay and the delete part. Okay, you can do it either later or you don't do it at all. And then you have half the list left and all you do is focus on this. Very, very critical. You rip it apart. Yeah, you rip it apart, you throw it away or you put it somewhere else. Okay, as a signal to your mind, I don't need to do this right now. Okay, I don't have to do this. I completely focus on what I can do or what I can delegate. And then you start with these things first. Okay, and then number 4, very, very critical, the question that I always get in my coaching and my training is, Ben, what do I start with? Well, my suggestion is always one of 2 things. Number 1, start with the easiest task first. Something you can do very quickly, a minute, 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, get it out of the way, start momentum, start building momentum. Or number 2, do the hardest thing first, okay, the hardest thing. Because what happens sometimes is there's on the list that you have, there's one task, one thing you must do that overwhelms you the most. And you can do all the other tasks, but that one worrisome task, and often it's a difficult one, a challenging one, something that might include you might get rejected, okay, or you might not be able to do it quickly. But in general, when you face that difficult task, all the others will be easier. All the others will be easier. Yeah, so start with one of these 2. Number 1, either the easiest to build momentum, or number 2, the hardest, the toughest. Get it out of the way and then everything else becomes much easier. Tip number 5, so critical. Be nice to yourself. Okay, be nice to yourself whenever you feel overwhelmed. What most people do when they feel overwhelmed, what do? They beat themselves up. True? Think about yourself. Have you done it before? You're probably doing it right now. I can never get this done. I have so many things to do. I'm crazy overwhelmed. I'm crazy stressed. The world is plotting against me. I hate myself. True? Forget all that. Forget all that. Just be nice to yourself. Everyone's overwhelmed every now and then, okay? If you're doing things, if you're moving towards your goals, if you want to achieve things, it is natural to feel overwhelmed sometimes. You just don't want to be stuck in the overwhelm for very long. That's why you want to use these 5 tips that I shared with you in this video, okay? So be nice to yourself. Enjoy the process. I know it's hard. When you're overwhelmed, I know it's hard, but it can be done. Most important thing, keep being nice to yourself. So comment below one time, which of these are you going to use right away? Well, I hope all of them, of course, right? It's a quick process. Yeah, so share with me your experience one time below after you've done it. Yeah, so make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't done it. We get more great videos coming up if you like this one. Yeah, if you really like this one, just give it a thumbs up. And most importantly, I really look forward to seeing you for the next video.